You're watching a segment of The Splash, Greater West Bloomfield's news magazine show. We start off this week with a story on a local woman from West Bloomfield who's lived there since she was born and has seen just how far we've come as a community since the early 1900s. Here's The Splash's Lawrence Nyland with more on her life story.
For 85 years, West Bloomfield resident Bernadine Pepple has seen her township grow from rural farmland into a suburban community. But despite all of the change, she still considers herself a farm girl at heart.
I think there's nothing like farm to bring up a child or to learn the lay of the land, and that land has to breathe, and that trees are so very important.
Growing up, Bernadine lived in a large farmhouse on the corner of Maple and Farmington Road. Her father, Carl Weber, owned 150 acres of land and oversaw a number of livestock.
We had 65 milking cows. My mother and dad and my Uncle Walt milked them by hand. And we sold our milk to Wilson's Dairy in Detroit and St. Mary's College.
When she was old enough, Bernadine's parents sent her to the Hosner Schoolhouse in West Bloomfield until the 8th grade. Afterwards, she attended classes at Roosevelt High School in Keiko Harbor, where she came to realize how much the community's population was growing.
We had to take a bus to Keiko Harbor, to Roosevelt School. We had lots of teachers there, lots of rooms. You had lockers. Gym, you had showers. We had outside bathrooms at home.
By the age of 15, Bernadine was engaged to her husband, Paul Pepple. Her father offered to hold the wedding on the farm and gave her and her fiancé 1.5 acres of land, which she still lives on to this day. But when building their house, Bernadine and Paul were met with a few roadblocks due to West Bloomfield's urban development.
But at the time we were building our house, we came one day with a sign on the front door, "Stop work," that the Northwestern Highway was going to go through our house. So they put a stop on us pretty much 5 years. And then they released it, so we finished our house and moved in 55.
During that time period, a number of other families from across Greater West Bloomfield began building homes as well, which eventually led to the development of roads, businesses, and schools. Even with all the changes over the years, Bernadine insists that there's no place she'd rather be. But if there's one thing she misses about her township, it's the openness that she used to share with her neighbors.
The growth never bothered me. It's just a whole different world back there. You knew your neighbors, and your neighbors, if they went past your house, they honked, or they even had time to stop and say hi. That I miss. I think that would be lovely if that ever would come back.
For The Splash, I'm Lawrence Nyland.
Thank you, Lawrence. And if you'd like to see more from this segment, you could visit civiccentertv.com/Bernadine Pepple. Thanks for watching a segment of The Splash. To catch the entire show or other segments, watch us on Comcast Channel 15 or AT&T Channel 99. Or look us up online at thesplash.tv and listen to us on WBLD 89.3, the all-new Lakes FM.